Coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon.
It's impossible.
I am Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft.
Do you think having an accent affects your professional success? I really wanted to tackle this complex question and give you some guidance on the subject. So I took a deep dive into someone who is very successful, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. I wanted to know what accent patterns he has, whether his accent might ever make him difficult to understand, and how he handles the high-pressure, high-profile communication needed for someone in his role. I also want to show you what you can do to make your accent a positive part of your personal and professional communication. So first off, let's take a look at Satya Nadella's accent. I'll play you a few clips and talk about the accent patterns in his speech. In this video from 10 years ago, he's answering some quick-paced questions in an interview with the Wall Street Journal.
Coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon. Too many computers to count. Marxist. My mom was a Sanskrit drama professor, gave me the room to form my own opinions.
So his R sounds aren't consistent. Some are more American English style, some are more Indian English style. But for the most part, they don't impact our ability to understand him. Here, there was an issue with the R. Without the context, it may be difficult to know what he's saying. Listen to the clip with no context and let me know if you can understand him.
Number one icon, Wonderlist.
When I listened for the first and second time, I didn't know what he was saying.
What's on your smartphone home screen?
The number one icon, Wonderlist.
And without that little icon, it would have been even more difficult for me. Context really does matter. Without contextual clues, sometimes a mispronunciation can mean the difference between being understood and someone having no idea what you're saying. For the most part, his ah sounds are the American style. For example, listen to him answer this question about cricket.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. I wouldn't have known that he was a non-native speaker listening to that short phrase. But later, when he's emotional, he's talking about his mom.
Who's been the greatest influence on you?
My parents. My mom was a Sanskrit drama professor.
But when he's talking about his parents and he says, my mom, his accent is clear and obvious there. That emotional layer is probably affecting his ability to use the American patterns. Now let's look at a longer television interview. Here there are 3 different interviewers and also a crazy situation which would get most people pretty flustered. Let's see how he deals with this pressure and if his speech is any different in this type of interview.
And his birth in the initial phase for us, at least for me.
This is an example of context being important as well. So his accent pattern is that his Z sounds, which are voiced, become S sounds, which are voiceless.
And his birth in the initial phase for us, at least for me.
If you don't have any context and you're saying phase with the S sound instead of the Z, it's gonna sound like face. Here's one of the few intonation errors I've heard in his speech. He says cool factor instead of cool factor.
To me, it was not as much about, oh, we'd lost our cool factor or rue any of the mists.
Another short intonation error, rather than industry, first syllable stress, he's saying industry.
Walk of life in every industry is being shaped by digital technology.
Industry is a pretty common word. He probably needs to use it a lot, and it's probably worth learning and retraining to say it as industry rather than industry. It's probably because we do have the pattern industrial, but in industry, we need first syllable stress. We have some noticeable pitch changes, pretty extreme high pitches in these 2 short passages.
I mean, first of all, I think empathy is everything. If you think about even in the business context for us, right?
While we do use pitch and higher pitch to convey emotion, for emphasis and stress, this is a pretty extreme excursion up into high pitch.
If you look at it, right, Microsoft's different from a lot of other companies in this.
These high pitch extremes may be coming from nervousness and from emotional engagement with what he's saying. Trying to modulate and stay within a medium pitch range might be helpful in presenting himself professionally in these contexts. Even the most confident and natural communicators can get a little bit nervous in an interview situation, and also a crazy situation which would get most people pretty flustered.
That allows you to learn from your mistakes.
That
doing
fly
something
on
right.
your glasses, I know, is very annoying. Here, take off your glasses, Satya, so you can get rid of it. You talk about when you wanted to get to your...
What's clear to me is that Satya Nadella keeps his cool under pressure. His communication was clear, strong, and forceful, even in intense situations like a fly flying under his glasses on live TV. Not many people would keep that cool under pressure.
When the company got started to here we are, and the culture all getting to this beautiful virtuous lock, and things are going well.
How quickly we talk matters as well. For example, when he said we, he used more of a V, a sound between W and V, instead of his clear W sound he uses elsewhere. When a word has multiple sounds that are accent patterns for you, for example, as he says virtuous, that's the only place I heard the V sound a little bit accented, between a W and a V sound. It's probably because he also has to say the right after the V, virtuous. We can see that context really matters, and also preparation.
Believe in yourself more so than you think you do.
He mentions the importance of being confident in your abilities, and I think this carries over into accent and communication as well. Being confident also goes hand in hand with being prepared. The more you practice and understand your speech, the more you can rehearse and speak out loud and implement some strategies to be the best communicator you can, the more successful you'll be and the more the confidence feedback loop will build and grow your skills. I encourage you to check out more videos here on the channel to become a confident speaker yourself, and take the next steps and go to speechmodification.com to check out our training options.
I am Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft.
Overall, I'd say, looking at his success, Satya Nadella's accent is not negatively affecting his ability to communicate, to be a powerful leader, and to represent Microsoft as their CEO. Thanks for exploring with me today and answering some of these questions about accent and communication success.